It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, a long way away from April of '95. Corsage in one hand, optimism in the other. And the big plan for your prom date was fancy Italian, which probably meant a booth at the Olive Garden and the confidence to order the chicken and cream sauce. Your date wasn't impressed. But now, all these years later, maybe you could change that. This time, Renee's making
Prom night Tuscan chicken. Remember that 90s Tuscan chicken? Most recipes you find online for it today are chicken breast in a quick cream sauce. But this one is built for redemption. I use bone-in thighs so it stays tender, and I build a real wine-based sauce right in the pan, utilizing sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, some Parmesan, plus a few sneaky tricks that make it glossy and clingy. This is the type of dinner that could put right what once went wrong. And today, I'll show you exactly how to make it. Oh boy. First step. So I've got some flour and some paprika here, and I'm going to just put this on top of there. And you can mix this up and do it with your hands if you want to. I'm going to take another bowl of the same size and kind of shake this so that I don't have to touch it with my hands as much. It's foofing. Oh, it's really foofing. Why is it doing that? Let's see how it's doing. Oh, see? Look, it's perfect. It just looks perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in this pan, and I'm going to turn it up to high heat and let that oil get hot. And then I am going to stand over here and just watch this heat up. And I'm using a cast iron pan, which I just love to cook in. You can put anything that's deep, any pan, Dutch oven or anything like that you can use. Just, you need to be able to fit 6 pieces of, it serves 6. So there's 6 pieces of chicken that are going in there. So I'm going to bring my pan over here, and I am going to use my hands for this part. And I'm going to start on the back side. And this is skinless, bone-in chicken thighs. I'm not a big chicken breast person. I really, really just love chicken thighs. So this is how we're going to make it today. And we're going to cook this on high for 4 minutes for each side. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this. Oh, it smells really good. Every once in a while I come by and I just push it down so I make sure it's got contact with the pan so that it browns nicely. So this has been about 4 minutes, and I'm going to give oh my goodness, look at those. That's what you want. You want that brown, and that paprika helps brown that whole, turn that a deep, nice golden brown. So we're going to do another 4 minutes on this side, and I'm going to salt and pepper this side as well. It's always important to season your food as you go along when you're cooking something like this. Smells so good. Okay, quick question. Where did your prom night fancy dinner actually happen? Did you end up somewhere genuinely nice? Or were you sitting in a drive-through parking lot in formal wear, unwrapping burgers? Tell me your prom night dinner story in the comments below. Was it a disaster? Was it wonderful and magical? I'd love to hear your comments. Okay, so it's been about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to turn my temperature down for the next step, and I'm going to take these out. Oops. And put them on a tray. We're not going to cook them all the way through right now. Okay, so I purposefully did not put these on a rack to drain. I want the juices in this chicken to come out into this pan so that I can put it all back into the sauce we're about to make, and it will just enhance the flavor. So when you're cooking chicken like this and browning it before you cook it through, just let it sit here all together, and then we're gonna put all of the juices back in, and it just makes it so much better. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna add a little bit more oil, just a little. And we've got some red pepper. And remember, we've turned the heat down right now to about a medium. Some onions. And we're gonna just stir those up and make sure they get coated in oil. And I'm gonna just let those go for about 5 minutes and let those soften up. You want to just come over periodically and give these a stir, and you can already tell that the color is changing on these. It's absorbing some of that chicken that was kind of stuck on the pan a little bit, and so it's getting this nice, incredible flavor. I am going to season these onions with just a little bit of salt. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so we're about halfway through the 5 minutes. And the next thing I'm going to do is I have some garlic here. You can finely mince this. You can, any way you want to put this garlic in. I like it a little less fine. I like the taste and I like the pops of flavor. So I'm going to put these in and get these, cook these up a little bit so that they're tender as well. Oh my gosh, those look so good. They've got a little caramelization going on there. That just all adds so much flavor. So the next step in this is we've got some tomato paste. You can also, if you don't have tomato paste, you can also use a couple of teaspoons of tomato puree. But I really like this because it adds a depth of flavor. So we're gonna stir that right in with all of these vegetables. And cook that for about a minute. Oh, the smell is so good. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. These are not in oil. They're just, they're really good tomatoes. We're going to add a little bit of wine. I'm turning the temperature down to low. And then some chicken broth. And we're going to give that a stir. Oh, it smells so good. We're going to get that boiling, simmering. Oh, look at how that's changing the color of the liquid because it's got all of that flavor in there. Okay, so this is simmering nicely. I've got the temperature on low at the moment, and what we're going to do is we're going to put all of this chicken back, just gently place it in there. And then we're going to take that delicious juice and just pour it into the pan as well. Okay. And so we're going to keep this on low, and we're going to actually put a cover on it. This is not crispy. It's seasoned and perfect, and we're just going to let it cook like this for 25 to 30 minutes.
Ziggy says there's a 92% chance that this sauce changes your entire romantic history. Quick break, then we'll find out.
Okay, so this whoops, where'd my thermometer go? I had it. I temped the chicken, and it's 165, and I don't want it to cook any more than that right now. I'm going to take the chicken out of the juices. I have a clean pan. Never put anything on a pan that has had raw chicken or underdone chicken. It can make you very sick. So this is a new pan, a clean one. And I'm going to take this fully done chicken out and put it on this pan so we can add the rest of the ingredients. And then we'll put the chicken back in. This looks and smells heavenly. I've turned the burner off for just a moment. I'm going to turn it back on, but I did. Ouch, hot. Okay. So we'll turn this back on for just a minute and get that going again. Okay, that's good. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a spoon and we're going to add some cream slowly to this. We're going to heat thoroughly. Oh my gosh, that looks divine. And then I'm going to take some Parmesan Reggiano and I'm going to sprinkle it over the top and stir that in, and then we'll put some more on once we put the chicken back in. We'll just get a little flavor in this. Okay, so we're going to just stir that in a little bit. Let this heat up. I don't want to bring this to a boil. I just want this to heat up. The Parmesan tends to clump together if you boil this with it in there. So we're just going to stir that cream in and make sure it gets nice and hot. And it's all mixed in now. Okay, and now the other thing that we're going to add is the spinach. And we're just going to wilt this because the heat in that will keep this cooking. And so we don't want to overcook this. And I have chopped the spinach. You can put it in whole. I just don't like that feeling in my mouth. I like it to be a little bit smaller than those big pieces. So, all right. We're just going to stir that all in. Oh, this is a beautiful dish. And I know that looks like a lot of spinach, but if you've eaten spinach, it shrinks down. And this is what you want. You don't want a ton of sauce. You want it a thicker sauce that just adheres to the chicken. And we're going to turn that right off. That is perfect looking. Now we're going to put the chicken back, in. Look at it, it looks... And look at how deep that flavor looks. It just looks absolutely stunning. And the color with the green in there. Oh, what a lovely, lovely recipe meal. That is so... I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to get a plate and we're going to give it a taste.
If this tastes as good as it smells, your 1995 self just got a second chance with the one that got away. And hopefully, Renee's next leap will be a leap home. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this.
Okay, so now I'm going to give this a taste. I'm going to just slice a piece off, and it's nice that it doesn't have skin on it. Oops. I wanted to show you the sauce. It's perfectly cooked. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll show you. It's perfect. And I'm just going to put some sauce on this. That juice, the chicken is so perfectly done. The chicken thigh is tender and juicy. It is so delicious. I can't even tell you how delicious this is. It's just perfectly cooked. And this juice on the side is absolutely amazing. What I'm serving this with tonight is I have some sourdough bread that I put a little bit of butter on each side, and then I put it in the air fryer for about 10 minutes on about 375 degrees, and it browned up, and I just thought it would be a delicious thing to kind of dip in to the sauce. Look, yum. Oh my gosh, that is really good. You can serve this with noodles or rice, or get some bread and just toast it up. I think I was going to use noodles tonight, but I'm actually going to use this bread and serve it with this and a salad on the side. This is so delicious, and it's really easy. It takes about an hour in total, but you're active. You prep. You just wait for things to cook, and then you put the next ingredient in. It's one pan, and it takes such a small amount of effort. It's just a very easy recipe. I hope you make this, and I hope you love it. Thank you.
Ready for seconds? Don't put your spoon down yet. Tap this video and Renee will meet you there.